Then I'm going to call the Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, 7 p.m. special public board meeting to order. It is noted that all board members are present, including Wayne Wilson, and he is remote tonight. We will address that. We are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nathan, do you have a mission statement?
The mission of the Foley Public Schools is to bring together students, parents, staff, and community to provide a quality education with an emphasis on developing the full potential of the individual.
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda. We have a lot of people here, so I'd like to amend the agenda to add in public comment as number 4, and then move everything else down one.
And that was discussed with our legal counsel, and we have not had public comment in the past with special board meetings, the last one being the grievance, so we're going to stick with our policy and our practice.
Oh, well, I have made the motion.
I will second it.
So I'm not prepared to go against legal counsel this evening.
Well, the motion has been made and seconded, Madam Chair. So it does need a vote.
A motion has been made by Patrick and seconded by Ken to amend the agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I didn't hear the ayes.
Aye.
Opposed? Wayne, your vote, please.
Aye.
You're an aye.
For the second, yes.
Pardon? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding your vote.
For the second, against it.
Okay, so the vote is 3 ayes and 4 nays. Okay, so the motion fails.
I object. I think we have all these people here that would maybe like to say something and not to let them say something. It's ridiculous. Okay?
The vote's been taken. Wayne, I want to be sure, since you're remote, that you can hear and see okay.
I can hear and see fine.
Okay, and then it is noted that Wayne is remote. He is at the American Inn in Rochester, and you're in a public setting. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to start our meeting tonight, and the discussion is regarding superintendent contract. And Dr. Perry has requested to address the board initially. Since we are discussing her position, I'm going to honor her to speak first.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I began the 2024-2025 school year, I shared a few thoughts with our staff. I acknowledge that as I began my role as superintendent, I did not expect some of the changes that would occur. Changes in how we manage our financial system, cybersecurity, negotiations, significant legislative policy changes, the READ Act, changes to our curriculum process, and many more that I did not mention. I thank the staff for sticking with me, as I know it was not always perfect, but I did the best I could. What I most admired about that time was the approach we took. We worked together as a team to navigate these situations that were new, complicated, and at times frustrating, but we did it together. This is what I admired, the collaborative approach we took. What drew me to Foley Public Schools was our core values of achievement, kindness, respect, and support. Those values supported my own values. I was drawn to the idea of an organization that was focused on student achievement, collaborating with staff and working together to drive decisions that positively impact student achievement, and most importantly, make decisions that are based on the needs and best interest of students. A focus on kindness and how we treat each other and how important that behavior is to model to our students. The idea of respect and how we care and value ourselves and each other, and how important it is to represent a positive image of our school and community. The role of the superintendent is to work with the community and develop goals to further the organization. As I previously stated, these values align with my own. At this time in my journey, I no longer feel these values are aligning with my own for the following reasons. There's a lack of communication from board members when an issue arises. When staff members were concerned regarding changes to staffing due to right-sizing our budget, those concerns were not shared with me. It's important that the superintendent understands the messages that are being sent, so either more information can be given or adjustments need to be made to the decisions that are being made. Last year, a board member told me they received a number of concerns regarding busing. I asked the board member to share those concerns with me. I told the board member that I would contact those individuals to discuss their concerns. The board member would not share the names or specific concerns. This leads me to believe either the concerns did not exist or the board member did not want to solve the problem. A member of the community was present and shared concerns regarding the lack of a Veterans Memorial Walk program the district had participated in. Board members had knowledge of this concern and did not share those concerns with me. The community member was angry with this program not continuing during my leadership, which did not represent a positive image of our school and community, which is the value of our school. This situation could have been avoided if there was communication between board members and the superintendent. Most recently, a meeting was held between board members and a staff member. It was reported to me that a board member said that they want to get rid of me, my assistant, and oust our board chair. If this was said, this is not appropriate, nor is it kind or supportive of a caring, positive environment. I have also been told by a board member that they will not share what they hear with me. They are concerned with providing information to me that may not be true. As superintendent, it's my responsibility to investigate those situations and determine legitimacy of the concerns. I am concerned with the lack of support for administrative recommendations. The role of superintendent is to advise the board and make recommendations on a variety of issues. As superintendents, we are trained in a systems approach. We need to understand how particular issues impact the system as a whole and not in isolation. The board did not support the recommendation from the superintendent and a committee of the board regarding a level 3 grievance. This impacted the administration to effectively lead staff. During a recent meeting that was held by board members with a staff member, apparently a board member shared that they did not like that I reached out to legal counsel on employment-related issues, that we are spending too much money. As superintendent, it's my responsibility to follow the law and make sure that we handle situations appropriately. By using a legal opinion, this is a safeguard for the district. I have also advised board members not to respond to certain issues that have come to my attention that have potential legal consequences. Rather than following my recommendation, a board member continued to meet with a person to address the issue rather than allowing me to handle the issue. When asked to provide information that was given to the board member, the information was not given to me. In this situation, it's important that the information be provided to me to make sure I was addressing all the concerns from this individual. School districts maintain a large amount of data. In the past, a board member had a printed list of student, staff names and addresses. This is not data necessary for a board member to hold. When asked to return this information, I was told the information would be burned. Acknowledging staff and student achievement is important. To continue this communication, a procedure was established. To obtain addresses, this must be done through the district office. However, this does not happen on a regular basis, which begs the question, how is one obtaining addresses of students and staff? My leadership style is progressive. I want and I desire students to be prepared for whatever their future will bring. I realize that not all students are college bound. Some will enter the workforce. some the military, but regardless of their choices, all deserve a quality education that will prepare them for whatever path they choose. This preparation starts with our earliest learners. I do not feel that my vision for the future aligns with those of certain board members. It's important that we have a strategic plan in place. When bringing this forward, I was told that the board may change, so we should wait. I brought this concept forward in the spring of 2024. A strategic plan is a process that provides the Board of Education direction from the community of the values, priorities, and direction of the school district. The thoughts are community-driven, not board-driven. Throughout my career, I have been part of successful systems. I understand what it takes to get to the next level. Changes will occur, systems will be challenged. This is what needs to happen for growth. I am not confident that this board wants or desires that. While pursuing my doctoral degree, I read a book titled True North. In summary, the book speaks about the importance of knowing yourself, your values, and your morals. As leaders, it's important to know yourself, values, and morals because when faced with making decisions, this is what you rely on. A respected teacher of mine, Dr. Roger Warner, said, "You have to know that hill. I found my hill. My hill is to trust my values, my morals, and most importantly, myself. My values of respect, support, achievement, and kindness are not aligning with the Board of Education. I will not seek an additional contract. I will be submitting my formal resignation prior to the October 14th, 2024 board meeting, effective June 30th of 2025. I have enjoyed working with the district office staff, our administrators, our directors, and the Foley Public School staff, students, and community members. My hope is that this board will be able to hire a superintendent who aligns more with the values of Foley Public Schools." Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Perry. I'm personally very, very sorry to have this decision made by you. I can completely understand your perspective. And I want to take the opportunity to thank you for your contributions to Foley Public Schools. And I sincerely mean that to you. I also feel that Dr. Perry has moved our district forward in many, many ways, starting with TROBUS, busing and transportation. Our students, it was handled right away coming on board with our district. I just have some notes here. She brought on SMS consultants, bringing with that excellent results with the financial director and payroll processing. There was outstanding school business, which was taking care of situations that needed following up on. In transition between superintendents, our budget has been aligned and appropriate actions taken, keeping our district out of statutory operating debt. Large projects have been started. Approval of our indoor air quality project. The REDAC training is being implemented and new instruction is started in our classrooms. And this is just a start of my list. I'll just stop with that list of accomplishments. But on a very personal note, I want it noted and stated that I don't feel Dr. Perry was given a fair shake here in our school district. I feel that board members have actually sabotaged her career. The meeting that Dr. Perry was initially voted in on as our superintendent, board member Sharon Kipka left the meeting room yelling back to the then board chair, Emily Wyszynski, be sure to tell her who voted for her.
Madam Chair, I'm going to protest. I feel like we're getting into personal attacks here now in your
No,
meeting.
this is all approved by the attorney and
Well, but
is
it must be right to do.
right, and I'm going to continue to speak.
We all know.
Because I'm going to ask you, everybody will have a turn, because I want to ask you, where is that in kindness and respect and support? So I'm bringing it back here, and it completely affects a career here. I'm just going to say at this meeting that 3 board members met privately with an employee. It was on or about September the 17th. where the board member was quoted as saying they were going to oust me, get rid of Trish Perry and another employee who I'm not going to name. So we have board members making individual promises to employees, and this behavior is definitely not role of the board. And I actually wondered if it's a board of education or the adjournment group, because our board norms are not followed, and the code of ethics are not followed. And I'm bringing this up because it's directly tied to her decision and the future of our district. We've had numerous opportunities for MSBA to come in here. Paul Neubauer had a presenter here to determine what the actual role of the board is. Was not accepted. I just want to reiterate that superintendent searches are very important work, one that's time-consuming and expensive. I'm hoping the board or newly elected board members will work together objectively. And if you were, Patrick, wondering about my attack, what about the attack on me that they're going to oust me? Okay, so I'm done talking. Is there anyone else who would like to talk?
Can I say something?
If you so choose to.
I do too, so. Stephanie, you once made the comment that the board has really failed this, right? I think it's the chairman of the board that's failed this. I think you could have made a difference in the whole thing if you would have lined it better. I know I could have. I think you could have if you wanted to, but you didn't. You led her in the wrong direction.
That's your opinion.
That's it, that I've been in this school a long time. I know more about this school than anybody else here.
Well, I beg to differ, and I've been on the board for over 18 years, and that's not the role of the board chair.
I've been here longer than that.
That's wonderful.
Okay, I just have a couple things. As a board member, I have been fortunate enough to work with Dr. Perry from the very beginning and have witnessed the positive impact she has made on Foley Public Schools. I am speaking to you tonight as a board member. I am not coming to you from a perspective of a staff member, a student, a parent, just strictly a board member. Dr. Perry is a fierce leader, strong advocate for kids, and someone who deeply understands the challenges of teaching and learning we are currently facing today in the world we live in. I am not shocked Dr. Perry has decided to resign, but I am incredibly disappointed that her decision was impacted by a collection of missteps taken by elected members of our own school board. So goes a leader, so goes the pack. We do not get better by chance, we get better by change. And I assure you, change is coming to Foley Public Schools. Thank you.
I think this was destined to happen from the second interview meeting. Has little to do with Trish. She was the person that they offered the job to, but most of the problem was because the board did not adhere to their training. When you're trained, you're told that either it's a 5-0, a 6-0, or a 7-0 when you hire a superintendent. Because in Minnesota, you can have a board of 5 people, 6 people, or 7 people. We, at the second meeting, we had 2 groups split 3 ways. In the first and second meeting, the second group, not being the board group, wasn't even treated the same way in both of the interview process. If not united in a decision like that, we're told at our trainings it's not going to work, and it seems exactly where we're at.
Does anyone else have anything to add? Wayne. We just have to tell.
It's nap time, Dwayne.
I have no comments.
Okay, thank you. The screen just went to sleep for a moment. You said no comment?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
I already spoke to Trish personally prior to this. That's the only thing, I guess I do want to say something. If people had concerns, why didn't they bring it to Trish's attention? I, 2 weeks ago, set up a meeting with her, and she asked all my questions, she answered them honestly, so I'm disappointed in that. If there's concerns, go to the superintendent. And I don't think a lot of people did that. But that's my opinion.
Thank you.
Trish, I did, didn't I? Like we said, we weren't gonna talk about this, but I won't talk about it, but I did come to you.
I think enough's been said.
Well, there is no board action then. The board action will take place at a future meeting with the acceptance of your resignation.
I just want to say, I'm very, very sorry over this whole thing. It should never happen. But that's, I don't know, I'm not happy about anything. I'm not happy about Chris leaving, I'm not happy about having to do all this, but it happened. I'm frustrated.
Motion to adjourn meeting? This is a public meeting.
We do have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Patrick, seconded by Sharon. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hi, I think we still should have public comment.
Motion passes and adjournment at 7:21.